go grab this.
Or you can start. That's whatever. It can be chopped.
All right, people, pay attention. I'm only going to say this once. That's probably not true. I'm probably going to say this over and over again, but welcome to Cliffs of Insanity. Minecraft world from God knows where. So I named my world Cliffs of Insanity, and the reason I named it Cliffs of Insanity, well, I'm going to give you a little bit of an example here. Now, I've been working on this. This has been terraformed to hell and back, but it's still huge, but it's nothing compared to what I came up against. So I call this Cliffs of Insanity. Now I want you to imagine what you're about to see, like at least 10, maybe 100 times bigger. Now I've been told that this glitch, whatever it is, it's called a world hole or something like that. But just imagine from horizon to horizon, 20 to 30 blocks high. This is what you're just cruising along in your little boat, and you run into this. Now that ain't much of a convincing shoreline to me. Problem is, I already had like a year or two of gameplay invested in that world, and I wasn't about to let it go, so I had to come up with a plan. And again, this is a little one. There's a few more scattered about, but the big one I'm fixing to show you now. When I first came into this world, it was a place I ended up naming Cobblestone, because it was primarily made out of cobblestone. And as things got better and better, and options became wider, and I had more things I could do, I just started moving farther and farther away, looking for resources and so forth. And I came across this area here. And the boats on my game were even worse than the boats on everybody else's game. Well, we all know what the boats did early on. They fixed that all pretty good. Although I'm not so sure I like the new controls of the boats, but at least they don't explode when you run into a lily pad. Anyhow. When my boat started to actually function and go fast and get me places I was wanting to go, I started going exploring over the oceans and such, and I came across the Cliffs of Insanity. And I was kind of heartbroken, because I was like, I turned the game off and turned it back on, and they were still there. Like I say, someone told me it's a world hole or some weird thing like that. But anyway, I had to come up with a plan. Otherwise, I had to give up everything I'd worked on and everything I'd worked for. And I just kept playing the same game. You know, I never restarted. I never started a new game. I always just kept playing the same game. So I had a lot of stuff built. I mean, back then. It doesn't seem like so much now, but back then it seemed like way too much. So I had to do something. At least I felt I had to do something. So I built the Great Pyramid of Giza. And there it is. 254.5 blocks tall. Now, the first two tries of this video, I took people up to the top and showed you. But it's a long climb. I'm not sure I want to do that today. But we're inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. And I don't have a minecart. Are you kidding me? I don't have a minecart in this box? Oh, time's wasting. Bones coming up. I don't have a minecart in there? Mercy. Unbelievable, people. Unbelievable. Did I mention my name's not important? Actually, my name is not. Well, never mind about that neither. We're currently inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. If you look to your right, you'll see a bunch of stuff. And that's the XP farm. Oh look, another minecart. I'm trying to find the remnants of the Cliffs of Insanity. I don't think there's any left. I think I blew them all down. Had I known that was an option, I probably never would have built the Great Pyramid of Giza. So here we are. Nope, there's not a single remnant left of the Cliffs of Insanity. They're all gone. I'm figuring they ran right along here. And they continued on to here. Beyond this point here. So this was the beginning of the Cliffs of Insanity, right here, right along this line here. And I'm pretty sure there are places it was 40 and maybe even more. 40 blocks tall. It was insane. So I built the Great Pyramid of Giza over the top of it to hide it. And then when I decided I needed to sterilize all this area around here, make it mob free, so my XP farm up there would work, I eradicate the Cliffs of Insanity anyway. So I might as well not even have built the Great Pyramid of Giza. But too late, it's here. Gotta love it. Well, I need a torch on it. So there you are, people. We're about halfway through this video. I need to cut this off at 15 minutes. I internalized so when I'm at I'll take you to the XP farm. I determined that when I'm in the XP farm, doing the XP, getting to the XP, getting the mobs and the drops and all that fun stuff, that these pumpkin farms, and these are melon farms down here, they'll continue to function. They'll continue to produce melons. So, oh yeah, I forgot. See, I've been trying to do this recording so many times. I don't know if I mentioned this. Whoever came up with this design, I don't know who it is. I don't know his name. Should have credit. So if you know who designed this particular automated pumpkin farm or melon farm, and could put it in the comments below, I'd greatly appreciate it, because I think it's a superb job. The only thing I added to is I had this manual override button right there. Some of us don't want to wait for that last little melon to grow. We just boink, and there we go. But in the meantime, if I'm up here in the XP farm, those will continue to produce melons, and eventually they'll produce pumpkins to make more jack-o'-lanterns. Because I don't mind jack-o'-lanterns. Some people think it's kind of, I don't know. I know a couple of people that think jack-o'-lanterns used for lighting is kind of a lame thing to do. I kind of like it though. It's way better than trying to get all that glowstone. So here we are. We're on top. We're oh, and again, the design for this, I wish I knew who gave it. I took it off a YouTube video. Anybody who knows this, please feel free to put in the comments, and maybe at some future date I'll include it in my monologue or my dialogue when I'm talking to. Anyhow, this is it. I'm going to go ahead and go to difficulty hard. And I'm going to go back to game. Oh, and I don't have any weapons with me now. I have to go down. It's been a while since I've done this. What am I doing here? Oh, yeah. I should put another chest in here. All drops, people. All drops. In here. So dump a bunch of this stuff in here. Hopefully I'll remember to get it when I go back. I don't know. How am I for time? Keep the egg. Oh, and I'm not talking. I could be saying something, couldn't I?
Are you doing a damn thing?
Yeah. What I have here is an XP farm. Again, if you know who designed this XP farm, it's got the 22 block drop. Little modification here. I'm sure someone else has done that too. I have them collecting all down in this one little trench here. But the basic overall design. I don't know who originally came up with it. The video I saw, he was giving the appropriate credit to the right person and so forth. But I don't write nothing down. So here we are. 22 block drop onto that. I replaced the landing pad with ice, and I added a little, I'm kind of drop greedy. So I added one of these to flush the extra drops off. Minor inconveniences if a mob happens to land in the water when I'm flushing the drops off. I'd have to shoot them a few more times with the arrows. But since I get the arrows for free, I have actually started using up my arrows, but it took a while. I typically save my looting sword. What do I got here? That's just the diamond sword. And this is the looting sword. If there's somebody with gold armor or chainmail armor, I'm likely to use it. I used to use that sword on the other ones. Now I use the arrows because I was overflowing with arrows. I couldn't use the arrows up fast enough. So there we go. But if I get something, I see something, there's a witch up there, something that might have a good drop, I'll take out the looting sword. Oh, I almost forgot. One of the other things I like to do, if they're taking their time getting off the platform, I'll whack them with an egg. Now, when I used to use snowballs, it would get their attention. But if I hit them with an egg, it'll knock them off the platform half the time. It's kind of fun. Grandson loves it when I do that. But a little bit over a minute left. I think I'm going to go ahead and get out of this mode here. I'm going to go back to peaceful. All my building's done on peaceful mode. What do they call that? All vanilla. Do a lot of building. Don't have time to be fighting monsters and such. So, what was I doing now? Oh yeah. I'm putting all my weapons back. Messed that up good. I wasted my helmet. Usually I usually change helmets when I'm in here, but I didn't this time. Really. And I'm running short of time here. We'll continue this tour next time. Hope to see everybody back, and tell all your friends and Anybody wants to find out who designed all these fun things that I stole off of YouTube accounts, please feel free to post them in the comment blocks below. I'd be happy to paste and all that.